Si, unfortunately, can't be with us because he is at what sounds like the saddest stag do ever constructed. He's at a Butlins, and today's message in the WhatsApp chat was he watched 4 of the Blazing Squad yesterday and is now seeing 1 of S Club 7 today. What? So, 1! S Club 1!
Is it the S? Was it the S?
Is it S? Yeah.
I've got this issue here. And you absolutely see those 2 responses going, it hasn't happened for me. And then you go, right, okay, that's great. And then the other one going, I'm playing FM24. Great. Neither of those are helpful right now.
The first thing is, I think the first thing is that help me. Literally, the first word is, please help me. Literally.
It's brilliant. It's like you ring up the AA because your car's broken down and the guy answers and goes, I'm having soup for dinner. You're like, brilliant. But like...
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the FM Show. I am of course your host Tony Jameson, joined this evening by the one and only Aaron Falloon, aka RDF Tactics, and the wonderful SecondYellowCard, we should say, and it feels weird to say at this moment of time, given the fact we're in the middle of January, but Happy New Year, everyone, because we've not properly spoken to you. What we cleverly did was recorded all of our episodes before Christmas and then took some time off to spend with our families and loved ones because we feel as though we've earned it and deserve it. And the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that last week's episode was talking a lot about Christmas, so it was clearly recorded way before everything else. But yeah, hope everyone had a wonderful time off over December and January. We'll find out where people are at. Aaron, how was Christmas? How was New Year? Welcome.
It was good. Obviously, up and down with the kids, so you're going to have some good days, you have some bad days. Even in a good day, you had bad moments.
Mm-hmm.
But I was. So obviously we were working. So I was thinking, a little break, whatever. But then I realized it's leading up to the actual January window. So it's actually time to knuckle down and do more work. So it was it was kind of that. It was working, but then the kids pulling me, tagging me to do something. So it was a lot of that, yeah. But it was a good Christmas, to be honest.
Oh, good to hear it. Good to hear. But yeah, absolutely, your busy time right now, isn't it? I suppose as a scout, going like, "Oh, can you play with this? Daddy would love to, but I've got to go and find a problem fixer. Yeah. So that's what I've got to go and do."
Quite literally, and it's like, even then I was like, "Oh yes," like in my market, there's no games on. I've got a little break, and it's like, but I've got to watch all the games I didn't watch before. So that I was watching games from like October and that sort of stuff, and I was like, but it's enjoyable anyway. I love it. So. Yeah, I just didn't get that little break that I wanted.
That sounds good. Sounds good though. Matt, how was Christmas for you?
Yeah, it was just nice. It was the first time in about the longest time that Em and I have actually been able to spend some time together over Christmas because she's finally not been working in retail for the first time in 9 years. So that was a really strange experience because I spend a lot of Christmas time usually on my own because I take some time off over Christmas, but then she goes straight back to work. So I'm just sort of there like, wow, there's nothing on TV, you know? So that was nice to get out and see stuff, you know?
And no football to watch on TV this year as well. You know, they got rid of all the Boxing Day games.
It's absolutely scandalous. Oh my God. So I didn't realise it was only on the day and you're like, yes, what fixtures have we got to watch today? And it's like one. Like, wait, what? I was fuming. Genuinely fuming. Because my boy's into football and it was like, you don't know. I introduced him to Match of the Day. He now knows that Match of the Day. I was like, you didn't even watch Boxing Day football yet. And then we got that donut team playing. Was it Manchester United? I think it was. We don't want to watch that.
See, this is why I like the NFL because they've got Christmas Day games, so it's like, that's fine. I can do a bit of that, and that's all right. Like, yeah, Christmas for us, busy again as always. Obviously, kids, Aaron, you'll know it's like it's all about them, innit? You got to make it all about them. And then no Boxing Day football, but I went to see actual football over the winter period. I went to Sunderland versus Leeds at the Stadium of Light on the 28th of December. First half performance, pretty good. Second half performance, awful. Probably should have lost. So we'll take a point out of that one. And then I got a ticket for Sunderland versus Man City like literally at lunchtime, someone obviously decided that they couldn't get there for whatever reason. Ticket was resaled, and I was like, right, I got myself on there. The coldest football match I've ever been to, by the way, on like the 30th of December or something, I think it was. It was like minus 107, possibly. No, probably only about -4 or whatever. But Sunderland were class, like absolutely mint, like one of the best 0-0 draws I think people have probably seen for a long time. And do you know what, Aaron? I've got to say, I've not properly spent 90 minutes watching Granit Xhaka. But my word, honestly, having watched him for 2 matches, like literally just focus on him for 90 minutes. I am so much better at dads v dads now because I'll just do whatever Granit Xhaka does.
It's so
I'm just going to tell
frustrating.
people. I'm just going to like manage on the pitch. It's brilliant.
It generally is frustrating because we've had him for a number of years, and it was literally like only the last season. It's like it's finally clicked. It's like, oh, we're actually going to play you where you're best at, and it was like, oh, he's actually good. It's just so frustrating because he obviously had that rocky period, and then when he started playing in his best position, and then that's when he's like, oh, everyone loves him. He's actually a pretty good footballer. And then by that time, he's like, yeah, you lot have messed me up. I need to go to Germany. You lot have stressed me and my family too much. But yeah, he's a decent player. Nice captain. Good captain.
Yeah, absolutely. So very much enjoying that. We should also address as well the fact that Maggio's not here. Obviously, New Year, figured we'd get everyone back on the show. Cy, unfortunately, can't be with us because he is at what sounds like the saddest stag do ever constructed. And this is not like as in, it's going to be like, 19 blokes sat around like in a Curry's, like, pricing up tellies. That was quite good, actually, to be honest. He's at the Butlins at an undisclosed location. We haven't been told where, I don't think. He's at a Butlins, and today's message in the WhatsApp chat was he watched 4 of the Blazing Squad yesterday and is now seeing 1 of S Club 7 today. So, 1! S Club 1!
Is it the S? Was it the S?
It's the S, yeah. Just one person show. How could 1 of 7 show up?
But also, that's not the worst bit. So the weekend appears to be a 2000s weekend. So he's already had. He says he's seen A1, which again is a
Was that just how he got there?
I think so. Like that's the road he went on. Yeah,
A1M on later
to get there. He's also seen. What else has he seen? I'm just going back through the chat here. The Artful Dodger, half of the Wanted, Dick and Dom are there. And if you think this sounds like fantastic fun, just for a second, consider that Cy Maggio is there at a stag do, and the wedding has already been called off. Yeah, I know.
Suddenly.
For audio listeners, that sharp intake of breath was Matt, second yellow card, going, oh shit, I did see that in the WhatsApp chat, didn't I?
I was streaming. I couldn't catch up. I saw the end of the beginning.
I saw like the Wanted. I saw like the S Club 7 and stuff. I didn't see that bit.
No.
Juicy. Wow.
Do we know why? Or is that a little bit too...
I think that's for us to speculate on Patreon, to be honest. Comment below why you think the wedding may not have gone ahead.
Yeah,
just £4 a month, you can speculate too.
There's a free trial as well if you want to just speculate for 7 days.
Oh, so many questions. When did it get cancelled?
Oh, Aaron, there's loads of questions. When, why, how, who, where? So much. So yes, that's why Cy's not here. So that's why you're left with us today to talk about Football Manager and what we've been up to. I'm just thinking, I've not said my news as well. Can I say my news? Go on. Can I? Because the last time we spoke, this I don't know if this had been official or not, but I got Twitch partner back in December. I did. That was good, wasn't it? Yeah, I got a little purple tick on my Twitch now for like for doing dead good. Well, basically, it wasn't for me doing dead good, right? It was they've changed the the acceptance criteria, like it used to be like you had to get loads and loads of numbers over like a very specific time. They've now kind of like angled it over a 2-month period rather than 1 month period. And when FM26 came out, I was like, oh, cool, we'll get like all these new views. That'll be brilliant. And some people, of course, were saying that, well, views are down. And I was very much keeping my thoughts to myself, going, well, my numbers are up, so I'm not saying a word here. You lot can all say the numbers are down and no one's watching. You lot don't say a thing. There's loads of us here. Right? And we met the threshold, and I sent an email in, and Mr. Bezos was just like, yeah, go on, give him a tick. Why not? So,
He's dead cracking.
Yeah. So got a tick for me and a tick for FM Llama as well, which was lovely. So,
yes.
So a win for the good guys. And that's me out in news now. So anything else on the horizons? What have you had for your tea?
Well, they took my tick back. I think they gave it to you. I have my tick stolen.
I do randomly go back and check them, because I don't stream a lot, so I do randomly go back and like, is it still there? Still there.
Still there? Just yellow there. One day, and you're like,
yeah. I used to have a Twitch account that's been removed. Don't know why.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So I suppose that probably begs the question then, like, are you? How much have you played, Aaron? Because obviously you are busy at the minute. You have said that.
Yeah.
And I know you aren't streaming right now, and we obviously had the surprise shirt, with ourselves for Christmas for Secret Santa.
Oh yes.
Which I think we're going to try and sort of get a season done as well on those teams. Have you managed to pick the game up? Are you still playing FM, or are you?
I wanted to play it a few days ago. There were two purposes. I actually just wanted to create a tactic. But there's also that I just wanted to go, I'm not a scout that uses Football Manager to find players. But I was like, is there any interesting, I don't know, for example, like dual nationalities, right? It's like, we're looking for English, but is there someone there that's Swedish but has an English parent or whatever it is? So I just wanted to load up the database. I just couldn't get into the game. I don't know what happened. So in my head, I was like, okay, I haven't played the game in a very long time. There's been so many updates. I'm still getting those notifications. Open up Steam, my game's updating, so I'm just getting excited, a little bit of excitement. Open up the game, it just closes on the loading screen. Okay, that's strange. Open it up again, it just closes. Now I'm starting to get frustrated because it's very early in the morning, so I can't message anyone about this bug. So I just keep doing it for about the 7th time. It opens, get into the game, first game, crash. And I was like, oh no, what is going on? And it's just there scrambling. You're checking your software. Is it updated? Is your graphics thing updated? Gone back into the game, same crash again. And then by then I was like very frustrated. I left my message. I sent my message to SI, like, I don't know what's going on with your game, blah, 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 blah. They messaged a couple hours later with a fix. By then I was like, I was all done with it. I was done with it. So I didn't open the game again. But apparently it is a common bug. I think a few people have experienced. Not everyone gets it, but a few people have experienced it. There's a way around it, but I just feel like, I don't know, I just want a smooth ride of FM. I just want to open it, get into a game, enjoy it, close it when I'm done. But I still feel like I've got that fighting thing. I'm just constantly fighting to enjoy the game, which is not something that I really want to do. I ain't got the energy for that no more.
You don't want barriers between you and enjoyment, like little things, extra friction. I also like the fact that because you phrase that as I just couldn't get into it, all the listeners would be like, oh, yeah, no, I've had that at times. And they're like, no, I literally couldn't get into it. It would not let me.
I thought that as well, yeah. Just from an emotional stance, I wasn't really feeling it. No, literally, I was pressing the button and the game wouldn't let me get into it.
So, yeah, the game was good. No. I posted that on X, and then there's obviously a few people going back and forth. Some of them like, I don't have that problem, and then some like, this is why I just play FM24. So it's just, again, it's interesting just reading people's comments, and again, it's one of those things. Some people have that experience. Some people like, the game's completely fine with me. It's been fine since it's come out, and I'm enjoying it. But yeah, some people are posting the numbers of who's playing, how many active players, but I'm not really interested in that, to be honest.
I think what's really interesting is the response to that message you've just said there. Like, I've got this issue here. And you absolutely see those two responses going, it hasn't happened for me. And then you go, right, okay, that's great. And then the other one going, I'm playing FM24. Great. Neither of those are helpful right now.
The first thing is I think the first thing is like, help me. Literally, the first word is, please help me. Literally.
It's brilliant. It's like you ring up the AA because your car's broken down and the guy answers and goes, I'm having soup for dinner. You're like, brilliant. But like, fix my car?
Yeah, my car's broken down. Mine's fine.
I'm using the older model of the car.
I haven't bought a new car in ages.
Waiting for the software update on mine.
Yeah, the wife's out of mine right now. But it is like that is social media like to a T, isn't it? Going, here's a problem, and then people going, I think I should just respond with anything. To be honest, I can't get into the game. I've just seen a swan.
Tell me more.
Oh my poor Aaron. He tries. Even when he tries, the game's not letting him do it.
I think that's what annoyed me. Is like the fact that I'm actually trying there as well. And she's like, the game's like, no, not today. Not today.
Do you reckon the game's like in some sort of preservation mode for you, going, Aaron, you haven't got the time, right? You're very busy.
I think maybe, yeah.
When the fun stops, stop.
Yeah, because you can opt into the beta one, right? And I'm like, but I don't want to play a beta version of the game. Because in my head, I'm like, if this tactic works, I'm going to record a video, but I can't record a video on a version that not everyone's using. So it's just like, yeah.
But isn't everyone using the same version now? Like, aren't we all on the same...
Yeah, I think we are now. Beta's up to date, isn't it?
I think so.
Both branches are the same now, I think.
Couldn't tell you.
Well, Aaron won't know, obviously. Because
I'm still every time I'm knocking on the door, like, FM, please let me back in. Then she's like, no.
He was trying to load FM27. That was the issue.
Yeah. Trying to put a CD in the screen, just like
it's got on mini.
It's not working.
Oh my days.
Matt, are you having any more joy? Or actually, honestly, let me rephrase that. Matt, can you access the game?
I just can't get into it. No. Honestly, for the most part, it's been pretty bug-free until today when I accidentally tried to prioritize a player's scouting report. And silly me for thinking that would be super easy. Game went, nah, mate, that's a critical error there, bruv. So, I'm sorry.
You don't have the facilities.
You do not. It's for that big man. So then I was trapped in this loop because if I hit the OK button, I knew the game would shut off, but I could still see all the menus. But I couldn't save. And I lost half an hour of scouting, so that was fun. Other than that, though, it's lickety lovely.
Oh, no. Like, because I don't think I've had that bad an experience, to be honest. Like, I hear, like, some horror stories. I've not had that. I did see, for the first time over recent streams, I've started looking at the job screen. Now, that probably tells you how well my save's going. I found where the managerial vacancy screen is. And I'm looking at it going, why can't I have those in some sort of order of like vacancies? Then I went, I know why. Okay, right, I know why. Right, let's just take logic out. Right, don't need to see it properly. Just it's there. So I said, right, okay, fine. Looked at that. And then I finally had, before we started recording, I said I had the penalty bug. I had that. So I got to the to a penalty shootout. I said before we recorded it was the FA Cup. It wasn't, sorry, by mistake. It was the FA Trophy. The FA Cup, I got all the way to the first round proper. I got beaten by Huddersfield 1-0 because of bullshit. It was a blatant red card, but still, in the press conference afterwards, I said that wasn't a red card, despite the fact he kung fu kicked someone in the neck. But we held on and we lost 1-0, sadly. But in the FA Vars, we were held to a draw, and then we had to go straight to penalties, and I was like, oh, God, all my penalty takers are crap. So lined them all up and went, right, let's go, do the penalties, click continue, and then I just had a lovely shot of the pitch. And I went, okay, presumably we're just a little bit of a lag here, nothing major. And then after about 4 minutes on stream, loads of people go back and click your tactics screen. I was like, I don't think that's going to help. And then just to click another screen. I was like, nah, it's not. We're just going to have to click the instant result button and hope for the best. And Yeah, we got knocked out of the FA Trophy on penalties.
Oh, man.
So thanks for the instant result button, Aaron. Really enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. God, thank God I championed that because that is fixing a lot of people, ain't it? Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, you'd still be trapped there without it.
Well, you know, some would say that would be better. just waiting.
At least you would have lost, yeah. At least you would have lost.
Yeah.
I'm staying unbeaten.
Yeah.
If I never finish the game, I can't lose.
Yeah, literally.
I can stay here all day. Just one of us is going to take a penalty. Yeah, so that's where I am at the minute. 4 seasons in the National League North. Like, I'm doing a proper TJ style of it. I don't know, right? I go through periods. Tell me how you feel about this, Matt, because I know you've been playing it, and Aaron, you can probably tell me where I'm going wrong here. First season, I was 4-4-2. Second season, I was a narrow 4-4-2 diamond because I had no wingers, which in hindsight was a bad idea because I played all season, refused to bring in any wide players. I was like, the diamond is the way to go. And it wasn't. Because we finished 19th. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. They are not Darlington's best friend. They very much do not like Darlington. We finished 19th that season. Then I finished 4th, got into the playoffs, got beaten in the playoffs on penalties, obviously. Playing the Devil's formation of 4-2-3-1. Not gegenpressing though. Not fully. Look at that evil laugh of Aaron going.
To the dark side.
Yeah. So it didn't fully work. And then now I'm in some sort of I'm in a 4-3-3 that transitions to a 4-1-4-1 out of possession. And it's what I call bastard ball.
Yes.
And it's sort of mid to low block, counter attack. When it works, it's class. Like, our defense is 3rd in the league or something. We're currently 14th or something. We've conceded the 3rd least amount of goals. But attacking wise, I think we've scored 4 more goals than games we played. So it's not particularly effective up front.
It's crapanacho.
Yeah, crapanacho. That's exactly what it is. But I don't know. I don't know whether I need to let the brakes off a little bit and try and push forward. I don't understand why my in-possession midfielders have to sit low to be box-to-box midfielder, to have a box-to-box. That makes no sense to me because that means his starting position or his ending position is too low.
Yeah.
It does my head in, that. And because then technically they should be higher, but then they can't. But then all my options when I move them higher is, what kind of playmaker is he? He's not a playmaker. He's in Darlington. He's just further forward midfielder.
It confuses me though. Why would you do that when literally description of the role is box to box? So logically, you should put him in the middle so he can travel from box to box. Because right now he's not box to box. He's from your box to the other box. He's not exactly box to box.
But wait, what if we've misread it and it's 6-yard box to penalty box, but it's the same penalty box?
Then why? Does he have to sit outside the 80-yard box of his own area?
Literally read between the lines.
Is he going between the box and the box on the visualizer? So he's only allowed to move between one box.
Yeah.
Because my understanding, fellas, let's debate this. My understanding is when you had on FM 24, right, and previous FMs, your tactics that you had, your formation you had, was your out of possession.
Yeah.
And then all the support and attack, you could then go, all right, and then in possession, this person would move up to this area. So that's fine, but my in possession tactic feels very much like an out of possession tactic right now. Because if I made it an in possession one, the game would just go, nah, bruv. Nah, you can't have that role there. I'm sorry, that role doesn't exist.
In there, son.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone's a playmaker, including the playmakers, a double playmaker or playmaker.
I understand what you mean now. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, for an example, to have a box-to-box, you have to put him in defensive midfield. But by doing that now, you just look like you're shaped to not have the ball. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I never understood that, neither. Like, when I was creating tactics, I was like, why would you remove the box-to-box from central midfield?
I guess it's the box-to-box to me is a role that defines in and out of possession in one. And it's almost like to now have a box-to-box, you need two roles that essentially merge to become a box-to-box when combined. So you'd have a defensive midfield role or like a central midfield role that's kind of like a guy who drops a little bit deeper, but then like a channel midfielder when he's in possession, I suppose. It's odd that you can sort of recreate it in aggregate, but there's still a role that's called that for some reason. I guess it's just because maybe it had a fancy Spanish name that we didn't know and they've now...
No, but just keep the same.
The girls.
Like, if you want a 4-2-3-1, you can have a box-to-box there. Or if you want to use a 4-3-3, you can have a box-to-box there. I mean, they do it with playmakers. You have a playmaker in defense midfield, but you also have a playmaker in midfield.
Because it seems almost like, I think what you're hinting at there, Matt, is kind of where my brain is going. He needs to be in the offensive... like past the halfway line slot or on the halfway line slot as an attacking midfielder, and then out of possession he has to be a defensive midfielder, and that would be the only way to get box to box.
He's just
working.
a good Volante.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah.
Got to remember them.
And then in possession, and then out of possession, I'm being told that my defenders have to be stoppers and coverers, and a player's got to drop back, but not all at the same time. Different times.
Okay. So I think I'm starting to get Football Manager's logic then. So if that's the reason, because now they split it, right? So you've got in possession and out of possession. So now box to box isn't necessarily one role. Like they don't have it as one role. As in, like that's for your operation. Your operation, it's literally now the box to box meaning is slightly different. What Football Manager have then? It's like from box to box, if that makes sense. So not just like you're in the middle and you're going from box to box. Now they're saying you're from a box, so that's why it's only in one position, defensive midfielder, because it's from your box to the other box. And then whatever you do from out of possession is out of possession. So you don't actually have that one role anymore where you just a box to box, unless you make it, like Matt said.
Yeah, but with your in possession though, if you're a box to box in possession midfielder, you could win the ball high up the pitch because you're pressing the box. Out of possession, you drop back. So you should have a box-to-box should...
No, I think it should. I can see why Football Manager have labelled it, but I still think they should just have a box.
They almost need two roles. One is an in-possession version, one is an out-possession version. It essentially is just like box-to-box IP, box-to-box OP, because that way it's... But then I think the second they started doing things like that, it would just get super confusing. They almost don't need a role that's called box-to-box and then let you just create it in aggregate. That would be way easier. It's like it's the one holdover role that sort of doesn't really fit the new style. It's like that guy that was in the Vietnam War that was still fighting 20 years after it finished, you know? That's the box-to-box role.
Yeah, when the world was at war with Berwick for like quite a bit.
Yeah. So I think what they're doing now is that it's just from a box to the other box, essentially. That can only apply in possession. But I do miss, I'm still creating a tactic. I'm still thinking this day, like you go to the 4-3-3 and you go to centre midfielder, look for that box-to-box role because that's what you want, and it's just not there. And then to create that, you have to drop him. Or like Matt said, I didn't actually think of it that way. You just have to do it with in possession, out of possession. Like in my head, I'm like, I have to drop into defence midfield just to have a box-to-box midfielder in my team. I think I just like that label. That label just makes it feel real. I don't want to create it. Like previously in the FM24, sometimes you try and create something, but you just want something specifically for that.
Do you know what would be cool? If you combined an in-possession role and an out-of-possession role, and it sort of created like a Megazord role that then had a different name because you combined the right two. I've been playing way too much ball pit. But this is... How sick would that be? I've just made an FM roguelike. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Keep going. I'm on this.
So say you had, I don't know, for example, actually I'll use a different example just so we can stop saying the phrase box to box. Say you have a playmaker in possession who sits a bit higher up trying to find some pockets of space, but he gets back and he's a bit of a tough tackling brute type of player. You could have a sort of
box-to-box midfielder.
God damn it. It's not a Wikipedia game. Every single thing just becomes a box-to-box midfielder.
It just goes back to box to box.
My goalkeeper, he comes out and he's very aggressive.
Yeah.
Sometimes between the boxes.
But spends a lot of time in his own box.
Yes.
But he will go to the other box in the last minute, so technically it's box to box.
Yeah. So do we need more roles now?
Now I'm thinking, so if your centre-back starts the move in defence, but you win a free kick high and he gets to the other box, technically he's just travelled from box to box. But he also has to get back. So everyone's a box to box.
Or
most
in
of
the
football's
first
played
half,
like that, really.
in the first half, the centre-backs are in front of one box. In the second half, the other box.
They've done the referee. He literally
referee is playing the box to box role the whole night.
The referee's kind of got a free role, hasn't he? He can run around wherever he wants.
It's Refereetista.
Creative freedom.
Very much the playmaker pulling the strings, going, no, I think I should call a foul here. I would like to see a free kick now, please. Thank you.
Yep. You talking yellow card? Oh, Lord.
So do we need more roles? Because I don't think I can cope with more roles.
Oh, yeah,
there's too many in there now.
I want a role that no one's ever going to use. More roles that no one's ever going to use. It'd be fantastic. But like really niche use cases.
7,000 in now.
Yeah.
Give me more.
There's a lot of things in there that I look at and go, I don't know. Why is that there?
But that's the new user experience with FM, just in general, not just in 26. That's always been the case. I remember loading FM for the very first time and being like, I've made a mistake. And I kind of like that. You feel like you've actually learned something when you kind of get a bit more competent at it. It's like learning a skill, but it's really useless.
See, I do feel like that whenever I win, I've earned it. I do feel that, and I've championed for many, many years the game needs to be more difficult. And I understand that people in the comments now are going, but Tony, the game is still really easy.
Yeah, just play strikerless.
Yeah. We know it's a video game and you can play to the meta, but for me, I feel like there's moments where I'm like, right, I never say I've cracked it, but I always go, do you know what? We've won a game. And then for 3 matches in a row, I'm like, lads, we're playing brilliantly. And then we play someone else and they just... sometimes I even listen to reports and go, do you know what? Yeah, an extra bit of pace is a good idea. And I'm trying things out and it just doesn't work. And I'm like,
just when you're in those games and I had this thing last streak, not this morning, but like the other day, title race, 10 points off the top. And maybe we'll come back to save updates later. But we were just suddenly not doing anything in games. And I was like, what could I do here? Do I go against everything and go, we're playing a wing-back system and we're going lots of width and stuff. Do I just go weird, narrow it up a little bit with the same shape, play and try and progress through the middle or tiki-taka style? We were losing 1-0 in the 60th minute. We won the game 5-1. Bang, 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 goals galore. And it's just like so satisfying that you're like, I did that. Where in actuality, I probably didn't do anything at all. And the game was going to do that anyway. But I get to feel like I did. And that's something. It's like when you let your little brother control the game and you're just secretly controlling it.
Yeah, or you put a YouTube video on and they're like, I'm playing, aren't I? It's like, yes, you're playing. You're
so good
playing.
at Subway Surfers, little Timmy.
Yeah. I'm that good. I've got adverts on.
I think an FM26, like if I won a game, I feel like I've earned it purely because I've had to just sit there through 30 minutes of a reward. Yeah. So my reward is free. It's a 3 points. And I'm like, God damn, I got through that. I think a lot of the time I have that feeling that I've got through that one. I've got through that one, and on to the next one.
It's like the opposite of the one more game kind of thing from before. Now it's like, really, one more?
Yeah. It's just
I must admit, I actually don't get that at the moment.
I've now got that's enough. I'm closing a laptop screen down and I don't even have a laptop. That's literally...
I mean, sometimes it is saved,
though, the monitors down.
It is saved, though, isn't it? Because
everything down.
My beta one was the Southampton one, and I was just having so much... I think because obviously we're just winning, so... Talking about that, we got to the FA Cup final, and we had a penalty bug. Completely different to your one, though, because we were able to set up penalty takers. I set my penalty takers. First penalty taker was not the person who I set first. And he went on to miss, and then from then... You just know, the game, you've done me over here. Yeah. Good old days. But yeah, that beta save, I've just never got that enjoyment back. That time I did have that feeling like, one more game. And he's been like, one more game and that, that's enough. That's enough. But I never felt, I never had like any negative feeling. It's only when I went to Como as the next save, as the proper save. lost the first few games because I thought by then I was like, I cracked the game, you know, I've cracked the game, done well with Southampton, FA Cup final from the Championship. I know about tactics. Went to Como, didn't go well, looking for an excuse not to turn the save on again. So I just didn't turn the camera on again. But ever since then, I've been trying to play the game and it's just, the game says no, computer says no.
I've actually been enjoying it still. I actually have had the one more game thing, especially with my current save, and obviously it's long term anyway, but I have just been enjoying it. I like the fact that it's not felt as easy. I thought winning the title, and then you immediately go, well, if you've won it, then you just kind of keep doing that. We were 10th at Christmas, and I was like, right, okay, this is actually kind of cooking on some kind of nonsense here, and I like it. I like the fight. We've had 2 final day battles in the title race. It's just, I don't know, I'm genuinely, and the goals are still, I'm not seeing stupid amounts of patterns still. Usually by now, in a game cycle, I'd be seeing patterns in goals that I'd be seeing a lot that it would annoy me. I see a couple of things occasionally, but they're still rare enough that it doesn't annoy me, and most of the goals still feel interesting to me currently.
Yeah,
maybe that will change.
I understand that, to be fair, because FM24, like a certain thing just throws up, or like a throw, and you're like, yeah, we know what's coming. Or the highlight's too long. You're like, yep, the highlight's too long. Someone's scoring, sort of thing. You knew patterns. This one, there was no real patterns behind it. I think the only thing that triggered me back then was just the dribbling, but that was like for and against. Yeah, but that was for and against anyway. Yeah. So like, as much as it was happening against you, it's happening for you as well. Sort of thing.
Nowadays, you can't tell with the highlights in 26 because every highlight is 9 minutes long. So you've got no clue what's about to happen. It could just end up with a ball being ballooned into the subs bench.
Yeah, I put dynamic highlights on once, and the game was 4.5 hours long. It was brilliant. It was actually longer than a 90-minute match. It was awesome.
I didn't even think about that. My match is so bad.
I actually got to see like how the teams turned up at the ground. I got to watch their pre-match meal. I had the warm-up. I had everything. It was brilliant.
Dynamic eating.
Yeah, I had road
Speeds up when he's chewing.
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic.
Oh man,
I got to pick the mascots. It was good.
Oh, that's nice. That would be a nice feature.
Yeah, I'm a bit like yourself, Matt. Like I do joke on about like struggling, which I guess is part and parcel of my brand anyway. But I don't know. Like I think I am. There's moments where I'm like, you know what, this is fun. There's moments where this is fun and I can get away with it. And we're like, this is realistic. This is what I've asked for. I've asked for a game that's a bit more challenging, a bit more difficult. But there's those moments where I sit and I look and go, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to change things up. And that, I guess has been masked for the last 20 years by the previous versions of the game being the same game, really. It's easy to work out, going, right, okay, I'm struggling a little bit. Well, do you know what? I know if I put a role in like this, that'll probably work. If I find a player who can do X, Y, and Z, that'll probably work. And eventually the game will just allow me to win, because that's kind of how the game is designed. I'm still trying to work out how many years the game before the game goes, just let him have a win. Just let him.
It's that dynamic difficulty you've got set up. It's just going to, the harder you press, it's like a Chinese, like one of those finger trap things. The harder you pull against it, the harder it's going to be.
I have got it on Chinese difficulty, that's right, yeah. I have got Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
My mistake is it's always my advice as well that does me over. Like, I never take my own advice. I always tell people, if you're enjoying the save, keep at it. Don't change it. And I think that's my worry with Southampton. Like you said, like the keep winning thing. And it's like, in my head, I was like, because it's happened before at FM24, like I get promoted. Like, I don't want the Premier League to be too easy now. Like, have we cracked the game? Because you shouldn't get to the FA Cup final. Like, as much as I want to think that's like, oh, you've just done a magical piece of work. It was probably something in the tactics where it allowed me to get that far, sort of thing. So in my head, I had that predicament. I was like, right, because it was a beta save as well. Now the game's out, fully fleshed. So I'm like, right, do I start a new one, or do I just keep on doing this one? In my head, I know already, but if I do a new one, I'm running that risk again of I'm just not going to get into it. as much as I got into this. And I always do it. I'm like, I'm going to take the gamble. Everyone's spurring me on in the chat. I'm just going to take the gamble. And as soon as I played that first game, I was like, this is not going to click for me. This is not.
I just don't care about these players.
Yeah. And you put on the brave face. Yeah, you try to put on the brave face like, hey, Morata, hey, you remember him? I'm like, no, I don't care. Actually, you just don't care.
I feel nothing.
Yeah, I feel nothing.
But that goes back to my thing about going, I hate the first season of a save, because you get to that point and you go, am I going to care? And if you don't care, then it's like, right, how long do we all go with this facade of like, none of us are really bothered? Like, I found it really tough coming up with a save for this year, just because of like where football is. FM24 had taken a bit of time, and I was like, well, do we build a nation? And then of course there was no internationals, and I was like, well, long-term save isn't going to work, blah blah blah. And I was like, right, tell you what, I'll do like non-league. That'll be my sort of vibe. And I've got no indication to change the save at all. Like, I'm not in that situation where I'm like, right, let's scrap the save and start again. Partly because I have no idea what else I would play. There's no other save that's like lighting that spark. But there is that thing of going like, I'm in here grinding, and I hate using the word grinding because it's never a word that I associate with gaming, and particularly with like streaming and stuff. It should never be grinding. For me, I'm doing a lot more streaming than I am playing Football Manager. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm having more fun chatting away and going, I should probably focus on this for a little bit, shouldn't I? Because the games aren't going that well, but we're having a lovely time.
But that's where the fun is. That's where the fun is of streaming.
Yeah,
it's the
I was going to
chat.
say.
Streaming wouldn't be streaming if there was no live chat. If you were just playing the game like it was a YouTube video, it's just not the same. Like the reason I love streaming so much is because I can be myself and yap for 4 hours, and people don't go, oh, shut up, dude. Come on. You're just talking. I'm like, yeah, it's my job. It's brilliant. Like, I feel alive.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's different though, isn't it? Because I think what people expect from you is going to be different what people expect from me. Like, I feel like when I'm streaming, well, maybe I'm even wrong in that, because what I'm going to say, but when I'm streaming, like, in my head, I'm like, everyone knows me as RDF Tactics. Like, I'm the serious person, blah, blah, blah. It's about winning here. We're trying to play the game here, winning. So previously, it was less about conversation of what's happening in real life. It's always about the game, just focus on the game. FM25 just gave us that opportunity to start just waffling about nonsense. And I think that's actually what kept people there. Because you talk about the numbers, right? And I remember like people just complaining about not complaining about mentioning the numbers dropping. I'm like, same thing. I'm like, shh. I'm keeping it zip because my numbers are rising every day, sort of thing. But it's like, and I think people just enjoyed it because it was the time, right, where like you go to certain people's streamers, it's like no one's really happy with the game. Whereas me, we're winning, but also my opinion at that time was just like, what do people expect? Stop moaning. Don't need to moan. Blah 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 blah. If you need to moan, you know where to go. The SI forum page. You can report the bug there. Blah blah blah. You don't need to keep bagging on. And I think again, people just like that, and then they like the conversation. So yeah, I think the numbers are rising because people just come and like, this guy's just having a fun time with his life rather than like it's a game focus. Because you know me already. Once I lose 2 games, then my stream's not really a fun place.
Head's gone.
Head's gone. Whereas this is a new game, right? I didn't feel that pressure of like, you need the results. Like, no one knows what's good, what's bad in the game, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, you're losing like 5-0 and I'm just looking at the chat and the chat's laughing. I'm like, I'm just enjoying it. We're going to turn it around, but I'm just enjoying it. If I lost 5-0 with FM24, I don't think I would have a PC left. I don't think I'd have a PC left.
Do you think there's an element of, because obviously, you're thriving professionally in your like scouting career, that you've sort of got a little bit less pressure on the FM content side of things, so you're just kind of like, I don't
100%.
care, it's vibes, let's go, kind of thing.
100% that too, 100%. Because I said to Tony as well, I remember like when FM25 got cancelled, it was like, we speak about it, and it was like, for me though, it was like a blessing in disguise because it allowed me to focus just purely on the scouting, and then now I'm at a stage where I'm like, I'm not actually have to rely on this game anymore, sort of thing. But I do have that thing, like every other week, it's just like, but in myself, I'm like, but I'm a streamer, I'm a content creator, and then I need to play the game. I try and play the game, which is like, no, maybe next year. But I'm not gonna lie though, I have signed myself up for that FIFA World Club Cup thing. So I'm trying to warm up for that. I'm trying
you're trying to warm up by working out what it's called for a start.
I hate that FIFA Club World Cup. I hate that sort of. Yeah,
it's more of a mouthful than the actual Club World Cup, which is incredible.
It won't surprise any to know that I've not signed up for it.
No, I've signed up.
Sunderland need a manager.
I probably will. There'll be some Darlington, yeah. Well, I mean, I've mentioned, haven't I, that Darlington have been in the stream. They're not so much recently. So I think they're very starting to go like, he's not the one.
They saw the diamond and went, nah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if they've been in recently, then I've gone to even more nonsense than normal with chatting. Last week, I spent a large portion of my stream talking about Paul Daniels, the magician.
And the conclusion?
Well, I gave him a new catchphrase for a start. That was the thing. And because I was like, what's his catchphrase? Wizardy woo. And I was like, it's not, but Wizardy woo will do. And then we ended up putting him in loads of films. I can't even explain how this even happened. Phil Daniels and Paul Daniels got mixed up by someone. May have been Chris, our editor, and Lama. And I was like, no. Phil Daniels was in Part Life. Paul Daniels was the magician. And then we started putting Paul Daniels in loads of films, and I put him in Pulp Fiction, and you'll know which one you'll know what wallet mine is. It's the one that has Wizardy Woo written on it. And at that point, I just lost my life. I was just like, I was laughing for about 5 minutes.
Oh my days.
And whenever people come in going, oh, how's the save going? Like all the chat was going, not now. Not now.
It's a bad time.
So we spent about 2 hours just doing film quotes that we replaced any of the most important bits, just put Wizardy Woo in. So FM26 is great. I'm loving it.
Would you say it's Wizardy Woo?
I was going to say.
I would. I absolutely would. Yeah, so where are you at then Matt? What's the save update? How far are we in now?
So, start season 4. Have won now back-to-back league titles, but not easily. First one as a newly promoted side, that was really weird. Won it on the final day. Love to see it. Second season, obviously, got Champions League football, so it's a whole different kettle of fish. Way too far ahead of like where I expected us to be, because all of a sudden you can't register anyone because nobody meets the homegrown requirements because we haven't been at the club long enough or whatever for all the players we've signed to have counted. Because you normally have to, you're not expecting to get to the Champions League that quickly. So we eventually managed to get it to work. I think I only registered 16 players because I had so many youngsters in my squad that they didn't have to be registered. So that was helpful. So got to the Champions League, got the worst group stage draw I think I've ever seen. Genuinely, our weakest opponent was Galatasaray. It was Galatasaray, Ajax, Eintracht Frankfurt, Inter, Spurs, Real Madrid, and there was one other as well in there that was also Newcastle. So we got 2 points. And we're getting absolutely we won away. We got to draw at Spurs, though, crucially, because Spurs are still going to Spurs even in NFL.
Yes, Spurs! That team. Oh my
That's
god!
Incredible reaction.
He's angry. Not about real life Spurs. He's angry at Spurs in your game.
No, I literally met someone today, and because they're a Spurs fan, and straight away the first thing he mentioned is like, "Oh yeah, I was there. PSG was winning 2-0, greatest time of my life. 90th minute, we lost the game 3-2. He's like, it's the most Spursy thing. I was just dying. Oh my days, Spurs.
They will do that, even in FM. It was fantastic. And it was a late equaliser from us too. None of this, we were massively not deserving. They had 3 XG. We had 4 shots. One of them went in. Beautiful. So we did that. But meanwhile, the league form was ass because we couldn't rotate our squad enough. So I think after Christmas, after the winter break, with half the season done, we were 10th. And I think 11 points off the top. And then we won 13 of our last 17 games. Going into the final day, because Poland is just gorgeous for this absolute kind of craziness, even in real life right now. 3 teams tied at the top on 59 points and 1 team on 58. So 3-way head-to-head tie. But we can only win it if it stays 3-way head-to-head because we have lost the other head-to-heads, but we win the combined one. So absolutely mental. And then the 2 other rivals are playing each other on the final day as well. So, as long as we won, it was all good. But we did manage to win a second title, and now we're just doing some scouting and stuff. It's lovely. I'm enjoying all the scouting mechanics and all the crazy stuff, especially with the transfer room in. Found a wonderful player from, Christ, where was it today we found a guy from? We got an Iraqi left wing back who insisted on a really high squad status, and I was like, I respect it. He's not even that good, but he's asking for it, and I want to know why. So we signed him up anyway, and he's on £6,000 a week.
Yeah.
Nice. And because you're doing a build a nation, he'll be loaned out very quickly anyway. So
yeah, probably. We do have the loan farm starting to be good. We signed 80 players last season.
I haven't got the patience for it. I have not got the patience for it. I'm really sorry. Like,
this is where Matt just finds that random bug that only Matt would be able to find.
Yeah,
Did it
turns out if you sign 200 players, then this bug happens. Well, there's only you who's experienced that, man.
What was the bug last year, man? That was just so funny.
The Stack Overflow, where if you have so many players out on loan, you know the number that says you have this many players out on loan. If you have more than 128 players out on loan, it resets to 0 and then starts going minus numbers until it hits 256, and then it overflows back into positive numbers again.
Just no one
the Millennium bug in your save.
I reported it, and SI were just like, only you would have found this.
Yeah,
didn't fix it.
I remember. I'm pretty sure your first words was like, "I feel bad like posting this because you understand that only I'm gonna be affected by this."
But they did fix it for 26.
They did. Yeah.
I've got a fair amount of person number 1 passes to person number 1 showing up on my commentary
Person 3's
recently,
been
and I
a
don't
bane of my
understand.
existence.
Yeah, don't understand why that's been happening.
I don't know. I always get it in team talks.
What do you? Mine's actually during the match.
Arsenal signed some striker called Own Goals. I don't know where this guy come from. All of a sudden,
he was Fulham's top scorer till about halfway through the season.
He's just, I don't know what he started doing. He's popping goals left, right, and centre these days.
Yeah. I mean, when I say we're 4 seasons in as well. This season's been a bit. What I've found is that we are struggling to get momentum to move up or down. Like, we're kind of like where we bounce between like 15th and 10th, but we're within touching point of 7th. It's like a couple of points there, and then like everything's fine. And you're like, right, yeah, there's like 2 points in it. We're going to be all right. And then 3 weeks later, I'm like, there's 12 points between us and 7th. And I'm like, how's that happened? So yeah, it's because all you've done is draw, TJ. That's why.
That's brilliant. It's like a New Year's resolution every year. You're like, this is my year.
Yeah. And then it's just like January the 4th, and I'm like covered in like KFC and just going, I don't feel sorry. My dream was wrong.
How did you know what I was doing on January 4th?
my scouts are everywhere. Second yellow lard.
Oh my god!
That's what they used to call me.
So I'm now about 12 points away from 7th. Going, maybe not, maybe not this year. But I'd go like 7 matches winning in a row, and then I'd like have a defeat narrowly, like 1-0 or something, or 2-0. I'm not getting battered. That's what I'm really sort of like. I don't know whether I'm concerned about this or whether I'm happy about this. Like, because like, I don't know if I could probably take the batterings easier, because I'd be like, right, there's something we've cleared and wrong. Whereas like when you lose 1-0 and 2-0, you sort of go, this tactic's probably all right, actually. Like, there's nothing really wrong. That's a realistic result to lose by. So therefore, I just keep sticking with it. And I think that's where potentially the issue might come long term. Going, but we've lost loads of games 1-0, so probably something in the
games 1-0.
Yeah. It's not like we've lost them all 4-0, is it? I'd have changed it if that was the situation.
I had that predicament when we was doing FM 24 stuff. I can't remember what it was. It's like one of those we built a team from lower tier all the way to La Liga. We was never good enough for La Liga, but we was losing like 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. But we're losing every game. So it got to a point it's like, are we competing here? Like, I'm not sure what this is called. Because we're not getting battered, but you look at the table, we're getting battered. We've got 0 points. But we're not actually getting battered in the games. Does that count as competing?
Yeah, they'd call it glorious defeat.
So you do have that thing in it. Like, I don't want to change my tactics because we're in the game. And then like you change your tactic, you get battered 4-0. It's like, whoa, go back. Let's lose 1-0, not 4-0.
This is my point. This is my point. Like, I'd rather lose 1-0 than tweak it and lose 4-0, because then I look like a dafty, right?
Precisely. Safety is like, it's great. You're in the woods and it's really cold, but you've got a tent. It's still freezing in the tent, and you will slowly get hypothermia and die, but really slowly. If I step outside, bear could eat me, tree could fall on my head, die faster. Never know, right?
Exactly.
Never change your tactics, chat.
that's why I'm not putting that head torch on. I'm gonna.
I mean,
I
if you
could
need
get out
momentum,
quicker, or I could see what's about to kill me. So
There you go. Never let them see what's about to kill you.
well, if you need some momentum, just set up some friendlies with Spurs and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Friendly
lost
tournament just
7-0.
against Spurs.
Just get Spurs. Who played Gaffer Spurs? Well, hey!
We have
Yeah.
got a striker that we managed to get in who's ex-Celtic, which is quite good. Ex-Celtic and Scunthorpe, so his career dropped quite considerably.
Which order?
Celtic
Very important.
first.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, and then we got a couple of other players in who are sort of like earn reasonable wages, like £1,000 a week or whatever, which is a lot of money for us. And then we got that Bryce Hosanna who used to play for Wrexham. Do you remember him?
There was a song about him,
The
wasn't
fullback. Yeah. We used to sing it at
Sing
school
Hosanna.
when we're
Yeah.
And he's not quite the school banger that I imagined he would be, which I realise now I've said that out is probably Jesus school banger is what I mean, not just. I've just outed him about it.
Just outed him.
He's not available for the next 4 years, and I don't know why. Just sign a new contract, Gaffer. I've got to sign something else.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, he. Hi.
Youth intake looks poor again.
Oh,
That explains it. My youth intake has been all E's this year. Maybe
you
that's
go.
it. Maybe they've just went, we're not going where Bryce Hosanna's about.
allegedly.
Allegedly, of course.
Not even allegedly. We're not alleging anything.
But we're not. But we have to say it anyway, because some of you might try and draw some links to it and go,
Yeah.
are they No, we're not.
No.
We are not
No.
suggesting. We're not suggesting that has any bearing on 4 years into a virtual saves youth intake.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, we got there. It's the end of another episode. This is a 10 minutes with a scratch off, just going, nope, can't say that either. That's
And only mild libel.
Yeah.
new year, new me, Matt. What can I say?
This is the year of slander.
This is the year of less slander.
Oh.
It's called reining myself
There
in.
is a
going,
question, 'cause you
"That's enough
mentioned
slander
Celtic."
for today.
There is a question, because you mentioned Celtic, and their manager got sacked after, what was it, 32, 33 days?
33 days.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you think that's acceptable? Like, would you accept that on Football Manager? If you rocked up at a club, right, you've done the manager creation, all of that fancy stuff, 33 days into the game, the ball's like, it ain't working out. Your save's just done.
I reckon if it was a journeyman save, I'd take that on the
You
chin.
accept
If it
it,
was a
you
save
just-
that
I
you
would,
started
yeah.
off, I feel like you'd expect a little bit more time and leeway. But I don't know. I've put out some proper crap teams and lasted way longer than I probably should have done. So I don't think he
I
had
don't
too
know.
long.
I would just like that to see it happen, like, because it's not just the results, isn't it? It's how you're doing your press conference as well. Like, if you've just lost
lose
your
the press.
players, if you've lost the players, then
I think as well, losing the old firm doesn't. Like, if you lose the derby as well, that's the thing, and,
I
you're
was
losing.
like, I was slightly happy for him, like, because he went 1-0 up as well. I was like, oh, he's gonna turn around for him, because he done that press conference, like, very passionate. Was it like the man asked one question, he took 7 minutes to respond. He took 7 minutes. He's like, I'm gonna tell you this, and this, and she's like, 2 days later, sacked. She's like,
I think one of the moments that was where the writing was on the wall for him, and there were many, was when he said he understood Scottish football because he almost signed for Carlisle, which is not in Scotland. That's like saying, you know what? I understand art, right? I understand art because I've got a Game Boy. Like, it don't make sense, does it? Makes no sense.
I wonder if he's trying to say, like, British football in general. Like, that could only be the explanation, because that was funny.
Unless he he's thinking he understands it because he's seen a film with Robert Carlyle in, and therefore he's went, oh, maybe that. You know,
He had on his
I
little
understand
notes,
Scottish
Wizardy
football.
Woo.
Yeah, I understand Scottish football. I watch Train Spotting. Like, do you know what I mean? That's all right.
For me, it was that interview. That interview, it was just so weird, that press conference, because it was the man asked one question and his answer was 7 minutes. And I felt like if you've taken 7 minutes to explain yourself, it's probably not your time. It's probably just,
I feel
it's not
personally
going
attacked.
well.
Me every time I'm asked a question, 7 minutes later.
It almost sounded like he's trying to convince the journalist, and it's like, I don't think the journalist cares. Like, I'm not sure the journalist even supports Celtic. Like, I'm not sure you're supposed to convince the journalist. You're trying to convince the players in the dressing room.
Aaron, we've got a podcast that lasts at least an hour every single week, right? Okay. 7 minutes is neither here nor there. Right?
I just felt bad for him, man. He was proper passionate about what he was saying, and then, oh, man. But yeah, I think after 33 days, I think I'll be pretty fuming. Man, move my wife down and everything just for this.
Nice payout, though, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that Amarim, he's enjoying life. He's got sunglasses out in the snow. He's loving life.
Perfect.
Yeah. I've never seen someone so happy about being sacked in my life.
Every sacked Man United manager.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But again, that was, look at it, we're going to get stuck on something now. That was an interesting one as well, wasn't it? That was like literally take all of the bad results to one side, but then if you say in the press going, I'd quite like to be the manager around here, going, nope, you can go away. Right, well, look, we can ignore the fact you lost against Grimsby in the cup, right?
It feels like it's a thing though, isn't it? It feels like these managers might start to do these things where it's just like, I'm not going to walk away from this job. I'm just going to do things to make you fire me.
Yeah, get that compensation package, man.
Yeah.
Right. It is weird, though, that they say stuff like that, and then the board are just like, wait, that's illegal. You can't want to be the manager here.
Yeah.
But I suppose don't take the head coach job at that point, right?
But this is what I've been arguing about, again, for a long time on this show, is as FM evolves, the role of the manager is becoming less and less and less. It's more head coach now. It's more... There is more recruitment committees. Eventually, there's going to be a situation where SI are going to have to look at this and go like, we know that transfers are the best thing, the fun thing, but that's not a representation of real life football if that's the route they're going to want to continue to go down. You know, if they're going to put transfers in when everyone's a head coach, they might as well put stadium design in at that point, because that's not the manager's job either.
I mean, they've got the opportunity to do it.
It feels like it needs to like bifurcate at some point, and you will have to have some kind of director of football mode. Like, I want Jim Radcliffe manager where I can put a dinner lady into poverty or something. That's the mode I'm looking for.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, but yeah.
Your stadium needs renovated. Don't think so. Don't think so. No.
But there's an opportunity, right? Like, the difference between manager and head coach, right? Like, in the game, you've got all these staff responsibilities. Maybe just automatically, if you want to be a head coach, automatically these things that you just can't do because that is not the role of a head coach.
But again, I've said that previously. Like, so you go for an interview in game, and the interview is for a head coach job, and they say, do you want to work with this director of football? And we always just click yes, because that's what the game wants us to say. But unfortunately, with that comes, you have no control over transfers. You have no control over club philosophy. You have no control over the tactical style. You are given players to fit into and mould, and that's how it's going to be. Yeah. And that could be, because then that could be the thing in the interview. You go, nah, do you know what? No, I don't want to do that. I just want to be a manager. And like, you walk away from a job and go, right, no, I don't want that interview at all.
And it would affect the clubs that you worked at, but it would also affect the clubs that AI managers would move to for the exact same reasons, because they would all have those preferences. And all it would take really is a set of templates for delegation, essentially, and the staff responsibilities that hard lock certain categories based on those different roles. And you could probably mod that. I hate to say it, but that does seem like something you could probably mod now with the way that Unity is.
Personality, yes, man.
Yeah.
That would be such a fun game.
I'll take Bottler for me.
That would be such a fun game.
Because you can have all different,
yes, man,
different types of archetypes.
Made, yeah. Just press continue. That's my game style. Yes, man.
But for a journeyman, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Like, because you could go with, like, right, I'm the manager, but do you know what? Fine, I'll give it a go as director of football, and it's not really worked for me, so I'm going to go back where I get more control.
I'd like to do a journeyman where I didn't do transfers, where I actually delegated that too much. I've never done that before, and I actually think that would be quite a fun. Ooh,
You know what it is?
Actually.
Whoa! Before you get ahead of yourself, I don't think the game, I don't know about FM26, but FM24, when you're doing that sort of thing, I don't think the game was set up to work that way well. So it's like, even though it was a good idea, like you set it, and your assistant manager or whoever's doing the signings is just signing like 5 left wingers because he wants to, or whatever it is. If there was logic to it, so I think like the game would have to have that sort of purpose, and it's like, the game's designed for you to do that sort of thing. Because at the FM24, I can't speak for FM26, but FM24, you set up that sometimes he just doesn't do anything. Like, you badly need players. He's like, I'm enjoying my holiday. I'm good, man. And then the next minute is like, I want to sign this striker, this striker, this striker. So, yeah.
And you play strikerless.
Yeah. So, it's actually a good idea. Come on, FM, man. Just listen to the pod. See what you do. FM27 would be great.
2026, the year of good ideas from the podcast. There you go. Mark it in the sand. Right. Shall we lock this one off then? And should we go into Patreon territory and start just talking nonsense? Because we're out of good ideas. I'm out of good ideas. I know I'm out of good ideas. I don't want to stretch myself with 2.
Yeah, I was like, my nonsense has already started.
Okay, well, if people wanted to find the Patreon and listen to some bonus nonsense, where could they find it, Aaron?
They can find it at patreon.com/the FM Show pod. That's patreon.com/the FM Show pod, where you can support the channel from as little as £3.
There you go.
Proper
beautiful. Tickling the air with his threes.
Get £3.
Fantastic. Lovely. Okay, cool. Let's go and do that then. Appreciate you all for listening and watching. Please do comment below. Anything, really, I guess.
Please tell us. What do you think happened with the wedding? I need to know. So that's still on my head. That and the box-to-box midfielder, those conversations.
And then come over to Patreon where we speculate wildly about what happened at the wedding.
That may or may not involve a box-to-box midfielder.
Different box.
Patreon.com/the FM Show pod. Thanks, everyone. Take care. See you all next week.
Bye now.